You can't find him in the stories or in the background of a boomerang. You cannot find my man online. It's 2025 and men will embarrass you real quick if you let them. And he was like, why? Hello, ladies. Welcome back to Pretty Fearless Podcast with me, your host, Morgan Tracy J. And I am so excited about today's episode because, girl, it is going to get juicy, okay? It's going to get real juicy. And hopefully you enjoy this type of stuff because I'm kind of just giving you guys what I've already been living. But today's episode is all about why I never post a man and probably never will, okay? So I'm going to tell you this, sis. You cannot find him on my feed. You can't find him in the stories or in the background of a boomerang. You cannot find my man online, okay? Or on my feed. Now, he's online, but he's just not on my stuff. And I'm going to talk to you today about why I have operated like this for some years now. And honestly, how it's helped me, but also why even with getting married, I'm still operating like this, okay? So in this particular episode, we're going to talk about why I'm so intentional like this when it comes to dating and relationships, even before I got engaged, got married, whatever, why I'm so intentional about this, but also why my timeline doesn't need to have my man all over it, okay? And so we're going to be talking about this today in this episode, but I want to say this real quick. Big shout out to our sponsors, which our sponsors is me, His Daughter's Closet, okay? If you don't know, I have a ministry called His Daughter's Closet, and we have a monthly membership over there. We have books, resources, merch, and anytime that you share this podcast online, you will automatically get in line for a drawing of winning our Fearless merch. And right now we have these Fearless hats that I know you would love, girl. We have them in pink and black, and so share it online, and you can possibly be our winner of the Fearless hat. Let me tell you about the soft launch before, okay? The reason why I'm even on this train of not posting men, and a lot of you have asked questions about men if I'm dating, and it's been probably a lot in maybe the last 3 or 4 years. And I always tell y'all stuff like years later, right? Even the last episode about the bail bondsman situation, that happened like 3+ years ago, okay? You guys find out stuff way a long time. And so that's kind of how I've been doing ministry for a long time because, you guys, let me tell you what I've done before. I was dating a man, and honestly, I love this guy. This was years ago, probably like, oh, Lord have mercy. Was this like 7 years ago, probably? Anyways, I was dating this particular man and I fell in love, and we were so happy and we were just so good. And after about a year of dating, I was like, I'm going to start putting him on my channel, going against truly wisdom though. Let me tell you this. I already had this like inclination inside of like, I should not post men on social media. I should not be posting men online. And granted, you guys, I didn't even have like 1,000 followers on Instagram when I thought this. But for some reason, I was just like, you shouldn't do that. Maybe because I already knew what God was like going to do over time. But at that time, I was like, I'm not going to post men. And then I made this one and I fall in love. And he wasn't really pressing me to be on my stuff, but he was also very gifted in editing and things like that, and photography. And so we kind of started working together. And that kind of led him to being on my channel. And actually, even to this day, if you go back and look at some videos, you can see him in a vlog on my channel and things like that. And so we had a really great relationship for the time that we were together. But I learned from that relationship to stop posting men, okay? This was like my wake-up call. Because when the relationship ended, and it ended very badly, and it was a deep heartbreak to where actually I stayed single for a whole year after that because I knew I needed to heal, okay? So 1 whole year of singleness after that heartbreak, okay? But anyways, besides that, after me and him had ended, I was getting still so many messages, so many DMs, so many questions. Where's that guy? Where's he at? Honestly, I'm pretty sure if he would have been online, like social wise, if I would have tagged him and all that, he would have got DMs. People already were asking him, when were you going to marry Morgan? Things like that. So I quickly realized when the relationship came to a close and I was not ready, and I was so heartbroken, I wasn't ready to announce it, or I wasn't ready to like tell people what happened. It was out there, and it was now I needed to say either we're not together, I'm single again. Like I needed to announce something, and I remember feeling so pressured about that. And I knew that I went against wisdom. Wisdom said not to be posting a man unless they were my husband. Like, that's what wisdom has told me all this time. Don't post a man, don't be sharing him, all this, unless that man is your husband. And I have not been married yet, so I should not have been posting anybody. But he was the one where I think I learned from the YouTuber influencer area and ministry era to not be connecting myself to men too soon. Okay. So that meant, like, even though there's been many men I've dated, but you guys never heard of, never seen anything about, never even knew I was dating, because it didn't last long. It might last a few months. We get to know each other. You guys know, waiting till marriage. So all of that is in place. A man, usually, if their intentions are not pure and they're not in it for the right reason, within 2 months, they usually fall to the wayside. And so just imagine if every guy that I started seeing or dating, I started posting pictures of, showing me with him on dates, y'all would have been like, Morgan, there's been 1,000 men. Like, no, that's not the case here. So I have been very strategic in probably the last 7 years to not be posting men online, because when I did post that man, it really bit me in the bottom. Okay. It really hurt me. It really affected me. But it also taught me to not attach myself to men too soon. Okay, that part. Also, though, even after him, I might post a hand in a picture or doing things together. Maybe, like, I don't post the man, but the man knows that I took that picture with him, or he took that picture of me, right? So I would do things like that. But honestly, I have been very strategic with the men that I've dated. Is I would not post you online for at least a year if I was just dating you. But then I was like, I'm not even posting you if I'm not married to you. Like, you're not my husband. And then I am at this place now where I'm like, I don't even want to post. Like, I don't feel like I need that validation, right? I don't need that. And I don't want the pressure to perform. I don't want to compare, right? So when I am not posting men or tagging them in pictures and stuff, there's no pressure for me to be like, oh, I'm in a relationship. Or there's no pressure. I just assume that everyone thinks I'm single. And so, hey, great for them, right? Now, if a person is wanting to specifically know, like if a guy's getting at me or something, I usually just don't respond. Usually they probably, oh, well, she's probably in a relationship or something, right? Now, obviously, I'm engaged, getting married, so I have a ring on. So hopefully that shows a sign to somebody. But the truth of the matter is I do believe that there are some things that you have to keep sacred. And my dating life, I've been very open about my singleness, my abstinence journey, my purity journey, everything. I've been so open about that. But over time, I felt the Lord start calling me to pull back on it a little bit, which now it makes sense, because now I am getting married and I don't even care to share all that. I don't care to post that. I don't care to, oh, that will be a great video. It could go very viral. It could get you a lot of views. Oh, post a photo of y'all too. Oh, that's going to get you so many likes. Like, that is how social media works, but I don't care for that. That's not why I do this. That's not why I do what I do. And I don't want the pressure for me or my man. And the truth about it is, this man that I'm with, he don't care about that. Honestly, he do not care. He don't even want to be on there. He do not care. He be looking at, he follow one person online, and it's me. Okay. Like, that's the kind of man I'm with. And he is just really chill, very basic. Like, he is not worried about all that. And so I love that for me, because I wanted a man like that. But before, I had men that wanted to kind of be active in my things. Oh, what are you doing? They wanted to be a part of it. And now I'm at a place where it's like, they don't have to be a part of it. We're good. We're good over here, okay? And so even for my husband right now, like, he is super, like, I bet you if I called him on the phone and asked him, would you do a podcast interview with me? He probably would say no. But then he would be like, do you really want me to do one? Like, if you really want me to do one, I'll do one. But this is just not his thing. This is not his thing at all. Like, I take joy and get joy out of this. He's just like, doesn't care. like, oh, okay, cool for you, babe. So I do love that for me. I love that for me. Okay, I do. Something I've learned about not posting men online is privacy is power. When I don't post every guy I'm dating or me being in a relationship, the person, there leaves a lot of mystery and there leaves a lot of questions. And sometimes that backfires, because that's sometimes my comments in my Q&A are you dating? Who are you dating? Is that an engagement ring? Like, people have been catching on for a while. And so that does kind of is there, but I think there's so much power in privacy, and there are some things you keep sacred. There are just to be honest with you guys, there are so many prayers and so many times I'm studying my Bible and reading that you will never see because that's sacred to me. There might be a time when I'm here in the office and I'm like, yeah, I do want to share this little clip right now. But 90% of the time, I do not want to share my devotion time with people because that's sacred to me. I don't want to share you with my intimate prayers because that's sacred to me. That's intimate to me. That's me in my most vulnerable state, in my most happiest state, in my most peaceful state. That's my place of comfort. And so same thing with my husband. I don't want to go sharing every part of our relationship and every part and me and him. Now we got a couples podcast. Now we got to write a couples book. Now we got to do a couples YouTube channel. Like, could you monetize that and keep it going? Yeah, but why would I want to? That's something so sacred to me that I want to keep private, but not hidden. I'm not trying to hide him. Now, family, friends, close people, they all know him. He's around the way. Everybody knows him. So, but for the people far and wide, social media wise, like I don't feel the pressure to post my man. If I choose to post him, that will be a random day and that may be just something I felt led to do. But honestly, I am not a poster of men. I believe that my ministry is for women right now in this season, specifically women, and I want to cater to women without having the pressure of I've got to showcase my man and now I'm qualified because I'm married or whatever. No. You're qualified before you were that wife. You're qualified already. You are beautiful. You're set apart. You're gifted. You're blessed. You're all of that before that person came along. And so that is what I want to showcase to women. And so that's why my man ain't on my stuff and he probably never will be. I will say this, not posting men unless they're your husband is actually very wise. And to be honest with you, you see this happen all the time with YouTube couples. I've watched this so many times where these couples get together for years. They're not married, but they'll make these channels together. And then eventually you get two separate channels because they broke up. And it's this public breakup. And one part of the audience goes with this person. The other part goes with this. I've watched it happen so many times. So I think it's so wise that if you are a woman of God, do not post a man until that is your husband. Okay? If you are just kind of not really sure you want to do it like that, at least 1 year of dating before you post a man and attach yourself, connect yourself in that way to a man. I would truly advise that because some relationships, you might get to know them, you go on a few dates, you feel all these feelings and then it falls off or, they do something questionable and you're like, oh, I'm not putting up with that. And then it's over with. Why had even wasted people's time on that relationship? Like sharing that you was with that person or whatever. Don't waste your time. Don't waste people's time. Like not saying people, but like don't waste that energy of now I got to go back and be like, this didn't work out. No one wants to go through all that. So when you do practice this and you're not posting men, you have wisdom. You also get to have quiet breakups. And that's something that I love about this is you get to have quiet breakups that even though the people around you and next to you, your family, your friends, your best friends, they know about the breakup, but the whole social media doesn't know. You don't have to go out and explain yourself. Just like when me and the ex broke up, I didn't have to worry about DMs like, Morgan, where is the ex? I didn't see him in the video. Morgan, you haven't posted the guy. Where are y'all still together? He isn't getting DMs. Are you still with Morgan? What happened? Why didn't you marry her? He's not getting that. I'm not getting those things. And so it's way better. So when you do not post a person, if you have a breakup, it gets to be in private and it gets to be personal between you and you're allowed to take your time until you're ready to talk on that. Or if you ever. Also, though, sis, you get people out of your business, okay? And this is honest. Like, people are not in your business that tough because they don't even know the questions to ask. People are asking me, Morgan, are you dating? Not knowing, Morgan, I just got out of a relationship, So it's like, people aren't really in your business like that. They're not having all this different viewpoint and things in that nature. And so for me, I think privacy is power. And I think keeping some things private is actually better. I don't think like they say, oh, you don't post them because you want to look single to other people. No, I don't post my man because I actually love him so much. And I want to keep this sacred. I want to keep this protected. I want to keep this personal. Every other part of my life is online. And I don't want this to be one of those other things that's now online, right? I want to keep some things sacred for me. Also, girl, let me tell you this. It's 2025, and girls are out here getting embarrassed every single day behind their man, their boyfriend, their husbands, anything. So what I want to tell you is just because you post a man does not equal his loyalty. And I've had to learn that. Just because you post somebody and you say we together don't mean it's always going to work out anyways. So what I would encourage you is like use wisdom when you're posting these men, but also know it's 2025 and men will embarrass you real quick if you let them. So at least I did get embarrassed about the bail bondsman situation, but at least that man wasn't all over my stuff. At least he wasn't in no videos. At least he wasn't on my feed, right? So there are some things you want to keep private, all right? And even birthday posts. I remember I was dating this guy, and he was like, "Ooh, do you want me to do a birthday? I'm gonna do a birthday post for you." And I was like, "No, don't do that." And he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "You can just text it to me, or call me, or tell me whatever you were gonna say on the birthday post. Send it to me. Like I'm good." And he was like, "You don't want me to do a birthday post?" And I'm like, "No." Like that's not to me. That's not necessary. You're my boyfriend, and I'm seeing you exclusive at that time, but I don't think that's necessary. I like some things private, and everything you was gonna put on that birthday post, type it in a doc or a notes, and send it to me. And I would prefer that better, or write it in a card. Shoot. And I will say this: wisdom even is telling me now to not post at least until I'm married, but then because I'm married, even once I'm married choose wisely what to post. Okay? People should know I'm married, but they should not know all the details of my marriage, right? Like, choose wisely what to post. And now I'm going to tell you this. Like, if you're just posting all about how great your man is, somebody over there looking like, I want that man, right? I want a man like that, right? No. Like, choose wisely what to post as well, okay? And just take heed and be aware that um, privacy is better, honestly. And this is what I honestly think. If it's real, I don't have to post it. And maybe if I feel like I need to post it, it's probably not real. Okay, that's a word, okay? If it's real, if the relationship is real and everything that I truly prayed for and it's that, I really don't need to post it. But if I feel like I need to post it, it's probably not real. See, this is what happens in this day and age in our generation is that we want the look of a great marriage, but we don't have the great marriage. We want the look of the beautiful wedding when when the relationship in that wedding is not that great, right? We want the look, okay? And so God has really worked with me in this last year on don't just want the look of a great husband, have a great husband. Don't just want the look of a great healed relationship, be that partner in that great healed relationship. Be that healed person. Don't just want the look of, oh, we did a photo shoot and I'm married now and look at us. We look all cute and together. No, actually be that. Be cute. Be together. Have your stuff together. Like, be that. And so that's what I want to tell you. Don't just run after the look of marriage. Because, girl, that's a thing. That's a thing. Actually be everything that you want it to be. Be that. You don't, and then you don't even need to post it because you are that every single day. You're that with him. You're easygoing. You're kind. You're flirty. You're this. You're that. You're that every day. So be that. And don't feel like you have to post it because if you feel like you need to post it to prove it's real, it's probably not real. And if you feel like you don't need to post it because it's just so that is probably really real and you don't even care to post it, right? So I want to ask you this question. Are you on this train with me? Like, do you agree with this or are you like, Morgan, you're just doing too much? But do you feel like you're on that never again, like never again will I post a man unless they're my husband, never again. And what I do post, I will choose very wisely what I post. Are you on that or am I like just kind of crazy and just like that only person out here? The reason I'm asking this is because I want you to comment that down below or share your views because I've been like this for some years and I will say when I got it right, I got it right and it has really protected me and it has really allowed me to keep my life separate in a way too from the man that I've been with. And so in keeping my life separate, I have realized there's been a lot of benefits to if that thing ended, there was a lot of benefit. Like I still was okay. And so keeping a man off of your social media, off of your timeline, what do you think about that? Like, I would love to know your thoughts. This is just coming from a woman with my experiences at this age. And so that's why I kind of think like this, but it could be different for everybody. You know, when I was in my early 20s, I posted men that I was dating and didn't think nothing about it. But once I started to grow in the ministry and I started to I won't even say have influence at the time because I didn't. But as I started to grow in God, I started to feel like there was this pull to preserve things and to keep certain things quiet and sacred. And also know that when the right man came along, aka my husband, when he came, that if I still wanted to share things, I would need to do it wisely and I need to do it smart. Right? So, anyways, ladies, I hope you enjoyed this particular episode about why I do not post pictures of a man, and I probably never will. All right. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts. And I guess if you really enjoyed this, share this with one of your girlfriends and share this a screenshot on your social media and tag us so you can be in the running for our fearless hats. All right. I'll see you guys later.